see. Oh, that's too high. This lighting is not the best. Let's see. I'm trying to get this lighting right. Ah, it looks dark. Let's see. Let's see. I think this looks a little bit better. Shalom, shalom. Welcome to my channel. This is Wanda. This is Diaspora Connect. And I decided to do a live video. I hope this one turns out okay. The last one looked okay that I did from home. It was a little, the picture was a little distorted. So hopefully this one will be clearer. I decided to wait a little later to do it. So shalom everyone. This is Wanda. This is Diaspora Connect. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Hello everyone. Salama, Mambo, Habari, greetings. What's up? Yeah, so I just wanted to do this video and come to you today with another live video. Now I took notes for this one. This one's gonna be a little bit different. I had to think about what I wanted to discuss today. Mambo, Vicky, Mambo, Poa, Vicky, Poa. So yeah, I had to think about something I wanted to discuss. Hopefully this lighting is okay, y'all. It's kind of dark, but I'm trying to set it up to where everyone can see okay. So welcome to Diaspora Connect. My name is Wanda. I live on the continent of Africa. I have been in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania for 2 years in July. So it'll be 2 years in July. So all praises to the uncreated creator who have provided a way out of no way for me to be even still here after 2 years. Consider the fact that I have not worked a regular job since December of 2020. That's when I quit my job in the US. And I created a business of my own called Diaspora Connect Tanzania. Is where I do travel consultations and I assist those who are interested in coming back to the continent. All praises, Vicky. All praises, hallelujah. But I assist those who are interested in coming back to the continent via traveling and or repatriating, and I assist those in Tanzania since I've been here so long. So yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to just do a quick introduction. I want to thank you to all my faithful subscribers. Thank you to my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. I am at home and hopefully this live will go through okay and everyone will see me okay and hear me okay. So yeah, it's been having a bit of a challenge trying to do lives at home. The last one was okay. It was a little distorted, but hopefully they'll get better and better. Not sure what's going on with the monitoring, y'all. I'm not sure, but anyway. I want to discuss today the 4 things, there are 4, that Continental Africans need to know about Diaspora Africans. I just put Diaspora, but 4 things that Continental Africans need to know about Diaspora Africans. There are a few things that we are not accustomed to living here on the continent. Yes, we are adjusting. We are working through our issues. Okay, perfect, Vicky. Thank you so much. So, so we're working through our issues, but these are a few things that I had noticed that we struggle with versus what the Continental Africans kind of wonder, why are they so like excited about this? Like, why is this an issue? That's because some things we are not accustomed to. So I'm going to go over the 4 things that I have noticed since I've been living here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania on the continent for 2 years in July. So I'm going to start with the first thing that Continental Africans need to know about Diaspora Africans. Number 1, we hate bugs, any kind of bugs. We don't like flies. We don't like cockroaches. We don't like ants. We don't like bugs. We don't even like the geckos or the lizards. We see them, but we're not accustomed to seeing them so much and just like cohabitating with them. So when we are here on the continent and we see them, sometimes Continental Africans, we may overact. And I know sometimes we go places and I'm with certain people and they'll overact about flies and cockroaches and bugs. I myself do not like cockroaches because they're like this big and some of them fly here on the continent. So yeah, I get a little squeamish when I see them. I don't overreact like I used to when I first got here and I would see them. It would be over the top, everyone. I would just be like, oh my goodness. Yeah, panic. We're not accustomed to bugs. And so Continental Africans, please bear with us. It's just something we have to get used to. We just are not used to cohabitating that closely with them because in the West it's colder. It's cooler. In most climates in the West it's colder and we don't have as many insects. And if we do, we have bug spray, we have traps. So we usually try to keep them out of the house. But see, here on the continent it's different because on the continent we have to cohabitate with these bugs and these insects. There's not enough bug spray. There's not enough traps to set to keep bugs out of your house on the continent of Africa. Whether it's a lizard or roaches, cockroaches, or flies, it's not enough. Mosquitoes, it's not enough insect repellent bug spray to keep them completely out of your house. You can keep your house clean, spick and span, spotless, but y'all, they still gonna come in at night because they sleep during the day. They're nocturnal. They sleep during the day and then they get up at night and they move around and it's time to party. So the most that you can do is try your best to keep your house clean at night. Yeah, but that's so big, you don't want to be stomping no bugs like this big. Like me, I don't like to kill bugs this big because the problem is I don't want to have to clean them up. So you're gonna avoid trying to kill some of them. I'm telling you, they're so big and it's just so many that if you're up at night, you'll be killing a lot of bugs. So what I recommend to people when they come and they're really scared of bugs is go to bed like right when it gets dark if you can. If you stay up too late, then you're gonna be bombarded with cockroaches, lizards. It's gonna be spiders, flies. Well, flies not too bad at night. Mosquitoes and all kind of crawly, creepy, looking like ants type of bugs everywhere. On the couch, everywhere. So, yeah, that's number one. That's the first thing. So Continental Africans, please bear with us. This is why you might think we overreact when we see flies. I notice a lot of Westerners or diaspora born and raised in the West, when we don't like flies at all. We don't cohabitate with them a whole lot in the West. So here, it's like people cohabitate with them, but we haven't gotten accustomed to that. So we will just lose it if a fly lands on our plate, if a fly lands in our drink. Yeah, it's over the top. Like you will see us many times. You know the diaspora Continental Africans. I know you see us to where we're eating and we're like this. Ooh! We're trying to eat and we're like, no! Like we're the only ones doing this. The Continental Africans, they don't do this. They just eat. And it appears that the flies don't really bother them. But us, I think, I don't know, it's something about us that they just are attracted to us. Because every time we go somewhere to eat, whether it's indoor or outdoors, the flies will come to our plate. So I have a system that when I eat, I have to use both hands. I use one hand to eat or pick the food up and the other hand to fan. You must fan because unless you cover each item with a tissue, they can land on your plate. They can land in your drink. So you have to cover your drink with this straw, with maybe a tissue and cover your plate, or just use your hand like this. But they're like zzz, they're everywhere while you're trying to eat. And it's very annoying, especially if you're trying to eat like fish or something like that. Yeah, it's like you're gonna be fighting the flies, trying to eat your food, fighting the flies. Yeah, so that's something we're not accustomed to. So please understand that we may overreact in your opinion in how we act, because I've had some Continental Africans ask me, don't you guys have flies in the West? And I'm like, we do, but we're not accustomed to cohabitating with them. We're not accustomed to them landing on our plates, in our food, in our drinks, and on our face, and we're not accustomed. So this is the number one of the 4 things that Continental Africans need to know about diaspora Africans. Number 1 is we don't like any type of bugs, any creepy crawlers, lizards, geckos. They're okay. Like they don't really scare me, but when they're really big, I still don't like them. But they crawl around. There's nothing you can do. They get in your door, come under your door. I mean, and they eat the other bugs, so it's okay, as long as they don't bite. But I don't want them crawling on me. I don't want them like close to me. So yeah. Number 2, we do not normally walk barefooted. Continental Africans, diaspora Africans in the West usually do not walk barefooted on the ground outside, nor do we walk barefooted inside that much. Inside is a little bit different, but even a lot of the diaspora I know, we don't walk barefooted. Like in the West, I didn't walk barefooted because it was cold. So I always have either socks on my feet or I wear what you call house shoes or slippers inside. So this is what we do. We don't normally walk barefooted outside, nor do we normally walk barefooted inside, but it is something that we are adjusting to. Like me, now I walk around with no shoes on inside. I didn't used to do that. I do have slippers or house shoes for the house. So, you come in with your outside shoes on, you take them off, and you put on your slippers or your house shoes. Sometimes I do that, but most of the time I don't do that anymore. I walk barefooted. I take my outside shoes off at the door, and then I just walk around barefooted. Also, the fact that I mop my floor twice. I mop my floors twice a day. Twice a day, y'all. When I wake up, I mop the whole house. When I go to bed, I mop the whole house. Now, I might miss it at night because I'm maybe tired, but as soon as I get up in the morning, that's the first thing I do. I mop the whole entire house. Therefore, I can walk barefooted and I don't feel like dirt under my feet. So if you want to start getting accustomed to walking barefooted, just mop your floors and keep them clean, and then you'll feel more comfortable. Otherwise, it's very dusty in Dar es Salaam. So if you don't mop your floors every day, maybe you have a dada to do it. I don't have a dada. I clean my own house. I mop my own floors twice a day. It's exercise for me. So I get up early. As soon as I wake up, I do that. And then before I go to bed, I do that, the whole house, except for the extra room. But all the bathrooms, hallway, everything I mop. And it seems like a lot, but I like to walk barefooted. I like the floor to feel clean under my feet. I like my feet not to be dirty when I walk on the floor. So, but yes, Continental Africans, we are not accustomed to walking barefooted. You will rarely see us walking outside barefooted. Now, if we go to the beach, we will. So if we go to the beach and we put our feet in the sand and walk up and down the beach, then we will walk barefooted in the water at the beach. Some still wear their flip-flops or shower shoes or whatever, or the swimming shoes. Some people in the West, they still do that. Yes, so so that's another thing that we're not accustomed to. We don't normally walk barefooted, so that's something that we want you to know. We are working on being more natural, but because we're from the West and it's a lot colder in most of the cities in the Westerns, your feet are cold. I mean, it's cool, so we wear socks or we wear house shoes or we keep our feet covered. So, but here being in Dar, it's warmer and it's more natural, so it's more natural to walk barefooted. But we're not accustomed to it. Even myself. Sometimes when I hang my clothes outside in the back, I have grass above my my line, which is not the ideal thing, but that's how the apartment is made. I have grass, so it'll grow, and sometimes I won't be able to hang my clothes until they cut it. They cut it regularly, but I try to, sometimes if the grass is low, I'll stand in it to hang my clothes, but I have to put mosquito cream on my legs if I do that, because the mosquitoes bite me during the day. The mosquitoes will bite me if I stand outside and hang clothes in the grass. The mosquitoes will bite me. So I don't know if they're mosquitoes. It feels like they're mosquitoes because my legs will be itching. So I say mosquitoes. But they bite during the day too. So yeah, you need mosquito cream. And the ideal one that we use here on the continent is this one. You can't get this in the West. You have to buy this here. This is made here. This is the mosquito cream we use. So this is very good. It's a repellent, and it stops itching, and it has aloe vera in it, and it heals like the mark. So this is very good. This is one of my favorites. So this is mosquito cream that we use here. Most of the restaurants here in Dar, they give you that. If you're itching, whatever, they'll give you that. So yeah, but anyway, so that is number 2. We do not normally walk barefooted. We always have something on our feet, whether they're socks or slippers. Just being from the West, because the climate is so cool there and the floor and the grounds are cold, so we just keep our feet covered. But here on the continent, we can be more free to adjust. We have to adjust to this. Continental Africans, we have to adjust to this. We don't normally walk barefooted outside. We don't normally walk barefooted on the ground. So our feet will be a little bit more sensitive. It'll take time to gradually work our way up to being able to like just walk outside on the ground, because the gravel, the dirt, all that will hurt our feet. They're sensitive because we're not used to it. But like I said, sometimes I'll stand on the grass outside. I go to the beach. Yeah, but as far as just walking outside with no shoes on, I normally don't do that because I just don't. So, but anyway, number 3, the third thing that Continental Africans should know about the diaspora is we do not have to cook dinner every day. We don't have to cook every day. When I say, I'll say a meal. We don't have to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which most people in the continent just eat like 2 meals a day, not 3, because the food is so fresh and it's so rich and it's so natural that you really don't even need to eat 3 meals a day. You can eat just 2 and you'll be satisfied, like a good big breakfast and then a dinner. So, but we do not cook all throughout the day. If we don't feel like cooking, we will go out to eat. But if we don't have the money, then we have to learn to cook. But this is just something that Continental Africans should know about the diaspora Africans in the West. We normally, if we don't feel like cooking, we'll go out to eat and grab something. We'll go buy something to eat. And I know that's not the ideal thing that Africans do, because normally they cook their foods. They don't waste money going to buy something to eat. So they'll just cook like all through the day. Throughout the day, like my neighbors, they're cooking in the morning and in the evening. But me, I will cook in the morning, and sometimes I don't feel like cooking dinner, so I'll grab a bite to eat. Or sometimes I'll cook dinner, and then in the morning, I'll grab a breakfast. So we don't always cook our meals. We go out to eat sometimes. For me, I'm on a budget, and I try to live within my resources, which are up and down because of my business. It's up and down, slow. I have different streams of income. So I try to cook more often. So what I do is I try to have like maybe fruit or eggs or toast, or I always have tea in the morning or coffee. But it's good to always have something like a fruit or eggs or a porridge or something that you can eat for breakfast that won't take a lot of effort. Because sometimes we may wake up and we don't want to like cook a full-blown breakfast, so we can just maybe boil some eggs, and maybe we can just eat some fruit or some porridge or even leftovers, if that's what you I mean, if you don't have anything else to eat and you have like for dinner, you may have had beans or mchicha or some leftovers, you may want to warm that up. But yeah, so we don't always cook every day. So this is just something for Continental Africans to know, that we do sometimes get a bite to eat, or go out to get something to eat. And even if we don't have the money, we'll keep like food that we can like noodles or something that we can cook quick. We don't always cook a full-blown meal like Continental Africans do. They're gonna cook a full-blown meal. We don't always do that. We may just skip and just eat a sandwich or whatever we have in here we eat. But yeah, our The way we cook and all that is a little bit different. We don't do it every day consistently, but I have learned to do it. I'm starting to do that more often. I'll have to cook at least one meal a day, whether it's breakfast, snack, lunch, or dinner. It's mainly dinner that's usually my biggest meal. I usually cook that full dinner, but sometimes for breakfast I may not cook. I may just boil some eggs, or I may eat fruit, or sometimes I'll cook porridge, or I may get mandazi. It looks like a donut, but they call it a mandazi here. It's a baked. It looks like a plain donut, and it's baked, and it looks just like a plain donut mandazi, but it's not sweet. It's just like a baked cake, baked bread. It's like a baked bread. It's not sweet, but I like it. So sometimes I'll get those. I can get those like right around the corner, and they're real, like, they don't cost that much. So I'll get like 4 or 5 or 3 or 4 and eat that with like toast. I mean with tea. So tea and toast is kind of like that, but they're not sweet at all. So, but yeah, so that's number 3. And then the final 4, the final thing is, the final 4th thing that Continental Africans should know about diaspora Africans is, now this is true, we don't always know how to hang clothes to dry. Yes, I know that's hard to believe, Continental Africans, but in the West, the climate is colder. You have some countries that are warm, like Tanzania, Dar. There are some that are warm, but not just warm all year round. Well, some you have Florida and California. Some parts are warm, but for me, I was born and raised in more of a cold climate, so we didn't have lines to hang clothes. We always had like a washing machine. So, I mean, yeah, you can like do some hand washing and hang it in like in the shower. I would do that, but for the most part, hanging clothes on the line like I do now, I have never done that. I learned that since I've been here on the continent. In July to be 2 years. I learned how to hang properly, hang my clothes to dry on the clothesline outside. So most of the people here do not have dryers. They may have a washing machine. A lot of them wash by hand, but some of them, most of the people from the West have the washing machines. Locals, most of them wash by hand. If they don't wash by hand, they'll have a dada, someone to wash their clothes by hand. And I have to admit, hand washing is really nice because it just, I don't know, it just does something nice to your clothes. It's a lot of work. But for me, I have a manual washing machine, so I don't have like one of the traditional ones because the manual one was cheaper. Manual meaning I have to turn the knob for it to wash. So I'll turn the knob and it goes left and right, left and right. So I have to fill it up with water, turn the knob, left, right, turn, and then I'll rinse the water out, then fill it up again, wash again, left, right, left, right. Then I have to take the clothes out, put them in the spinner. It's a spinner on the side. So it spins and dries them. Then I have a basket, take the clothes, put it in the basket. Then I have pins, clothes pins to hang them, and then I'll go hang them on the line. So it took me a minute to learn. I had a dada that showed me when I first got here. I lived with another family for like 6 months before I got my own place, and I lived in Masaki. And we had a dada, and she showed me how to properly hang clothes. Girl, I had them hanging all kind of ways. I was using all the pins, and she said, no. So she showed me. So now I know how to hang my clothes properly so they can dry properly. So here on the continent, what we do is we get up early. I'm just following the pattern of the Continental Africans in my neighborhood. So they get up like really early, like 8 or 9, that's early. So you get up, wash clothes, and then you hang them on the line. And then I would say about 4. By 4, they're dry because it's so hot here in Dar, and they're hanging on the line. And they're dry like before you go to bed. So about 4, before it even gets dark, your clothes are dry. You get up early enough. So that's what they do. So that's what I started doing. I just started watching like their pattern of, how they wash clothes, when they cook, everything, because by the time it gets dark, they're done. They're not like us up cooking all night and fighting bugs. They're not doing that. They have everything done before it gets dark. And then by the time it gets dark, they're kind of settled, their dishes washed, the family is eating or they're eating at that time. So they're not cooking. Cooking is done. So they have a nice schedule. The Continental Africans, especially here in Dar es Salaam, in my neighborhood, they have a nice schedule. It's like it's a pattern that they have that they whereby they live. So hey Reggie, grace and peace, Reggie. So they have a nice system of how they do things, and I just watch them closely, and I pattern my life after what they do, because I mean, after all, I'm living on the continent, and I need to get on the schedule on the continent and get off the schedule in the West, as well as the calendar. I'm kind of getting off the Gregorian calendar and getting off that calendar, because a lot of these things that we do were Mzungu-ish, whitewash type of stuff that we learn because we're in the West. But now we're in a whole nother different time zone, and their lives are like 12 hours, not 24 hour. So they do things that like their day is like a 12-hour day. It's not a 24-hour day like in the West. So my life is more geared towards how they live. Get up early, do your stuff, do certain things at certain times, wash clothes, clean up, blah, blah, cook for your family, go to school, work, whatever. And they have everything done by a certain time. By the time it get dark, it's time to go to bed. They're not up fighting bugs like us. We're up cooking wee hours in the night and fighting bugs when you should be cooking during the day. It gets dark. Okay? So this is what I have to tell a lot of my sisters and brothers that come to the continent, especially the sisters when they stay with me. I try to get them on the schedule here, because the schedule here is different from in the West. They don't do things at night. We do too many things at night being in the West. We want to take the trash out. We want to be in the backyard at night. You don't want to do that here. You want to do everything during the day. And then when it's dark and when it's about to get dark, your doors are locked. Okay? You're not going to no trash. You definitely don't want to take trash out at night. Not here. It's too much that you don't know about. Too many bugs. So, yeah, so those are the 4 things that Continental Africans need to know about diaspora Africans. And I'll do a quick recap. I wanted to say welcome to all my faithful subscribers. Thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This video is kind of different from what I normally do. I just wanted to think of something different and creative to do. And so I did a video about the 4 things that Continental Africans need to know about diaspora Africans. So I compiled like 4 main things that maybe Continental Africans don't know about us, that maybe if they understood, they'll understand why we like act the way we do about some things. Because I notice when we go places in public and when sometimes we overreact when it comes to bugs and when it comes to certain things. And I noticed that the Continental Africans are looking at us like, you know, what's happening? You know, they're not understanding why we are like tripping about bugs. They're not understanding why we're just so squeamish about some stuff. So I wanted to do these 4 things that maybe Continental Africans need to know about diaspora Africans. We're getting to know each other. Yes, we're Africans and throughout the diaspora and on the continent, but we're raised in different environments and stuff, and so we have the different things that we have to adjust to, especially the ones coming back to the continent. We're trying to assimilate and adjust and learn the culture, the climate, and just how to adjust comfortably. And so these are some things that we struggle with sometimes, but they're workable. All of them are workable. I'm working through them myself, but it took me it's been 2 years in July that I've been here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and I've learned to adjust as well as learn to live on the 12-hour schedule that the Continental Africans live on. They normally do not celebrate the pagan holidays like in the West, which is great because I don't subscribe to those holidays as much, but they don't normally make a big deal. Now, some of them will celebrate like Christmas or whatever, but the rest of them, they have their own holidays here in Africa. They had like Ramadan and this, I mean, especially here in Tanzania, because it's a lot of Arabs here. So they have their different holidays that they celebrate. International Women's Day they had. Some people was telling me, saying, telling me like saying, greeting me because it's International Women's Day. So I didn't know about it. So they have their own holidays that they celebrate on the continent. So that's one good thing we don't have to worry about following the West. They have their own life, their own holidays and stuff. So that's wonderful that we can learn from. But so recap the 4 things that Continental Africans need to know about diaspora Africans. 1, we do not like, I repeat, we do not like any type of bugs, flies, cockroaches, lizards, any kind of crawly, creepy spiders, anything like that. We don't like them. And you know what? We may overreact, but we'll get adjusted because this is the continent and this is different from the West. Like, we have to cohabitate here with these things because they come out at night. It's not enough bug spray, y'all, that y'all can spray. It's not. They're going to come in your house because this just is what it is. You're on the continent. Okay, number 2. We do not normally walk barefooted. So that's something that some of us are adjusting to. Like me, I walk more barefooted than I ever have in my life here because it's warmer. And then I make sure that I keep my floors clean in my house. So I mop twice a day myself. I don't have a dada. Never did. I did all my cleaning at home in the West, so I do it here. I'm not paying somebody to clean my house. I'm going to clean my own house because I'm particular, so I like my stuff a certain way. So I wash my own dishes, I wash my own clothes, I cook my own food, and I mop my own floors, and I keep everything clean, and I dust my own fans and all that. I do all that. I don't pay someone. So if you want to adjust and learn to be more comfortable walking barefooted, if you just in your house just keep your floors clean, and then you feel a little bit more comfortable in that walking around, your floors will feel clean under your feet. So that's what I do. I just mop twice a day, and when I walk, I don't have dirt and all that under my feet. My feet are clear. Like, my skin is not dirty, it's clear. So I think if that's the case, maybe we'll get a little bit more comfortable walking barefooted. Of course, when you come in the house, you take your shoes off at the door because you don't want to track your dirt and sand. See, in Dar es Salaam, it's a lot of sand here versus like red dirt or mud is sand. And even when the sand gets wet, it's not muddy. It's like, it's still like sandy. So it's like little pebbles, you can feel them. So it's just sand. It's just wet sand. But that's what we have around here. So your house is dusty a lot. Like your floors, it's, when the wind blows, it just stays dusty because of the sand. So you probably have to clean, if you have a dada, you probably have to clean like every other day or, twice a week or something. But me, I mop twice a day. So that's just me, because sometimes when I get up in the morning, it looks like I see stuff on the floor, like bugs, or I'll see like stuff, and I'm like, what is this? So I have started mopping twice a day. In the morning when I first get up, the whole house. Then at night before I go to bed, the whole house. If I'm too lazy, don't feel like it, at least the kitchen and the living room and the bathrooms, at least, So yeah. And then the third thing is that we normally do not cook all throughout the day. Or sometimes we don't even cook twice a day, y'all. We cook based on how we feel. Diaspora Africans in the West, we cook the way we feel. So if we get up and we're more spontaneous. So we may get up and be like, let me go out to breakfast. I don't feel like cooking. Or we may just cook a big breakfast and say, I don't feel like cooking dinner, let me go out to eat. But see, Continental Africans normally, they cook all throughout the day. Like, they cook breakfast and dinner. They don't go out to eat. And not always that they don't have money, but they just cook. They don't spend money unnecessarily. They just buy the food that they like and they cook for their family. They don't go out to eat like we do. So if you are living on a budget and you're in the diaspora in the West, you're gonna have to learn to buy your food and cook more often here on the continent, because that's what everyone does, and it saves money. I know I have to do that because I live on a budget, so I just have to have my fruit. You get your favorite fruit, you get you some eggs, get you some bread, maybe some porridge for breakfast, and then dinner, you select. I eat a lot of beans, I eat a lot of ugali. I love that, y'all. I love the ugali. I used to eat rice, but now I'm it's one of the local dishes, ugali, and it looks like a big clunk of dough, but it's real good. I'm addicted to it, y'all. I'm so addicted to ugali, y'all. I can eat it by itself. It's addictive, and I'm like, that's why they like it so much. It's so addictive. Like, I crave ugali. It's weird. So I have it like every other night. I know how to make it myself. So I have beans, ugali. I also have mchicha. That's like greens, like spinach and turnip greens mixed together. I have a lot. Always have a green vegetable. I don't eat meat a lot. I used to eat chicken maybe once or twice a week. Sometimes I have a burger, maybe once a week. Maybe some beef, maybe once a week. So it just depends on my budget. So sometimes I'll just eat vegetables only because I feel better and lighter. My digestive system, it feels, I don't know, my body feels better when I eat more fruit and vegetables. So I just kind of don't eat a lot of meat. Sometimes if I eat too much, I start feeling like sluggish. So I just eat a lot of fruit and vegetables normally. And that's healthy anyway. So meat is fine, but fruit and vegetables is healthy too. It just keeps your energy up. Because when you eat meat, sometimes you get like the itis. Sometimes you feel lazy. But when I eat a lot of vegetables, even if I get full, whether it's potatoes or rice or ugali or whatever, I still don't feel like that sluggish, heavy, want to go to sleep type of feeling. So it's just, I think it digests because the fruit and vegetables just digest quicker. Then the meat sits a little longer. So it's just, yeah. But anyway, and then the final one is many of us have never hung clothes on the line to dry. And so I myself am one. Many people in the United States have family in the country, or they was born and raised in the country in the United States, and so they have practiced hanging clothes and all that, and fetching water and all that. I haven't had to do any of that because I was always living in like a city area in like a really cold climate. So I had to learn how to hang clothes on the line to dry, and I had to, Dada showed me, a sister. So I know how to do it. I'm not an expert, but I don't use all the clothespins, y'all. I used to use one on each, and it's like, it was a mess. But now I know how to do it correctly to where they'll dry evenly and quickly. So, but yeah, these are the 4 things that Continental Africans need to know about diaspora Africans. And I just decided to do something different on my live today, just to change it up, so it won't be so like blah blah, the same stuff. Which it seems like I talk about different stuff a lot, but I'm really spontaneous. So sometimes I'll think of something and be like, let me do a video about that. So yeah, so that's kind of what I do. But I just wanted to come to you and do this live. I am over 4,000 watch hours now, and I'm waiting to be monetized. I haven't received anything, so I don't know if I get an email. I don't know how it works. I haven't talked to anyone that can tell me and share with me what I am supposed to do once I'm monetized. So I know somebody said you're supposed to select ads or something, but nobody's sending me anything. YouTube ain't sent me nothing. So I'm waiting, y'all. I'm waiting patiently. If anyone knows, can you please send me an email at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com and tell me what I need to do to get monetized, where I need to go. I just don't know where to go. I have YouTube Studio downloaded on my phone, and so I didn't see anything in there. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. This is Diaspora Connect. My name is Wanda, and I just decided to do something different today for this video. I will come back to you in the next couple of days with another video. Shout out to the GoBedia organization, the gathering of the Bantu and Diaspora Israelites in Africa. I gotta always plug that organization because 4 chiefs have given land to us in the diaspora, and they're encouraging us in the West to come back home to the continent. Those who are wanting to leave and wanting to, repatriate to the continent of Africa. Zambia would be a good country. They have dual citizenship. And we spoke and met with, I went actually in April 19th, 18th. Yeah, and I got there around April 20th. Anyway, yeah, so I stayed for like 8 days, and it was amazing. I got to meet the chief. I got to see some of the lands. I got to meet with the government, and I actually spoke. I was one of the spokespeople. They selected 3 diaspora, and I was actually the one woman. It was 2 brothers. So we did speak on our behalf. I did speak on our behalf and just explain to them who we are, that we're coming back, and what we need, and what we had been through and gone through living in these Western countries, how we had been mistreated, etc. So it seemed like it was received well, and they're working things out. Nothing is unofficial right now, but they're working things out for us to They're looking into possible expedited citizenship and residency. So we will keep you posted when we find out definitely what's going on right now. But under the organization, it will be the only way that you'll be privy and you'll be a beneficiary to any of the things that the benefits that they give us. So as a diaspora, any benefits that we will get from the government will be under GoBedia, is what I'm trying to say. My words got all twisted up. My bad, y'all. Sorry about that. But yeah, under the GoBedia organization, you'll only be privy to these benefits, selecting hectares of land, and possible citizenship residency, expedited citizenship residency. So please, if you are interested in joining the organization, it's called GoBedia, the Gathering of the Bantu and Diaspora Israelites in Africa. We have Zambian brothers and sisters. We have diaspora leaderships there also. So we're building the organization from the ground up. It's a new organization. And so we don't have a website yet, but someone's working on it. One of the diasporas, this is a voluntary thing, all hands on deck. If you have any skills or anything you want to contribute as you join and you see a need, jump in and just see what you can do. Of course, you consult us and ask us, let us know the leaderships, that you want to help with this and that before you just jump in. But yeah, we're open to any suggestions, and assistance will be helpful. So if you have any skills or anything that you want to lend, we're open to that. So yes, please, because this is our thing. This is the diaspora things. No other organizations, no other nations are doing anything for us. We're building it from the ground up. So a lot of the Western systems are not set up in place for this because it's a newly created organization. So we have to do it. We have to be the ones to set up the systems. So please join us. If you're interested in joining GoBedia in Zambia, it's a Zambian organization that was created on our behalf, diaspora coming back to the continent. Email me at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com, diasporaconnect0@gmail.com, and I will connect you in the Telegram group. I am one of the admins of the group, and I can add you and give you more information. I also do travel consultations to Tanzania. I have been living in Tanzania in July 2 years. So I have created a business called Diaspora Connect Tanzania. And I will do a travel consultation for you or a repatriation consultation. Now Tanzania does not have dual citizenship. Therefore, if you decide you want to repatriate here, you would have to pay to be here. Because you have to get a residency permit and pay on that every 2 years. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to pay to be in a country, then that's fine. Me, myself, I prefer being in a country that offers dual citizenship to where I don't have to be a resident on a resident permit like forever. Things could change in Tanzania, they just haven't yet. Right now, Zambia does have dual citizenship, meaning you can actually get a passport expedited or whatever. So then you won't have to pay to be in the country, right? So that's the difference in the two countries. Tanzania is beautiful. It's a different climate. It's more tropical, and Zambia is more like lakes, mountains, rivers, lakes, mountains, and it's cooler. But Zambia is a primarily Christian country. Tanzania is Muslim and Christian. So, and then it's more tropical and it's hot. A lot of people complain that it's too hot. I like it hot. Dar is very hot. But right now it's pretty cool. It's like 75, 80 degrees. It's been like that temperature. I think it's like the winter, or maybe it's almost rainy season or something, but it's a lot cooler than it has been. So I'm grateful. I like the heat, y'all. I don't have a problem with it being hot because I've been cold all my life in the West. So I'm enjoying the heat. Yes, it's hot. Yes, we sweat. But you know what? Take your cold shower. You'll be fine. Like the sun do something to your skin. It's good. It's healing. Like nobody here is sick. You hardly hear people coughing. So the sun is doing something to us to help us heal and renew our minds, our bodies. It's good. The sun is good to us. And I know we complain so much. It's people that come here. It's hot, it's hot, it's hot. But they haven't been sick. You can get malaria or something like that. But for the most part, this virus thing, nobody's getting that here. Nobody's sick. It's hot here. So maybe it's the heat that's keeping us healthy. You never know. So let's not complain that it's too hot here. It's hot because it's made this way for a reason. And the sun is good for us. We the sun people. Okay? Get you some air. Get you some fans. Whatever you got to do. But don't complain about the heat. I'm not complaining because I love it. So, yeah. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all my faithful subscribers. Thank you to my new subscribers. I decided to wear my hair out today, y'all. I decided it's kind of trying to grow. I don't know, y'all. It's just taking forever. But anyway, I'm being patient. And most of the time I have it, have it wrapped up anyway. But I decided to do some, to wear it out today. Yeah, to give it some air, sun or whatever, sun air. But anyway, the next few videos will be wrapped up again. But yeah, so I just want to come to you and do this quick video. Thank you for tuning in. And I will do another video in the next couple of days. I just have to think about what I want to talk about. Now, if something comes up that I haven't mentioned to you, then I will do a video about it. Now, keep in mind also that the GoFundMe organization has a mining company. They have a mining company. And if you are interested in mining, because some of the land that we have been given is on mining land. Zambia is rich in minerals. So some of the land we've been given is mines under the land. So they created a mining company for us, the diaspora. We want to invest. You can be an investor, you can be a shareholder. So it's a little pricey, but if you do the average check on mining and investing, it could be a lot of money in it. So it's not the cheapest, but it's a good investment, especially if you know you want to build. And if you know you don't have, you're not going to be working, then you have that money invested and it'll be working for you. So, yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to do this video, and if you are interested in traveling to the continent, hit me up at diasporaconnectzero.com. This is diasporaconnectzero.com, and we can do a travel consultation to Tanzania and or Zambia. I have connections there, so we can get you connected with some brothers and sisters that are there. Many have repatriated there. So we got some boots on the ground, y'all. We got some people setting things up. So don't be afraid to come to the continent. Don't be afraid of the sicknesses and this, whatever, the malarias and the typhoid. Just have to take care of yourself. You have to eat healthy, drink plenty of water, fresh water, and just hygiene. I think hygiene helps a lot with a lot of people getting sick. You have to make sure your hands are clean, make sure that your fruit and vegetables are washed and clean. And yeah, it's just a hygiene type of thing to keep you healthy. I've been here almost 2 years in July, and I think I've been sick maybe 3 times. And the last time, I think it was malaria each time because I took malaria pills. But that last time it seemed more like a virus, like a cold, because I had like a little cough and some congestion. But the other 2 didn't seem like that. But I still took malaria pills for the last one. And then I did steaming. So I have a rice cooker, and I just steamed with like some lemon and some peppermint for my lungs, to keep my lungs clean, so clear. So yeah, and then, drink your teas and your ginger and your turmeric. I drink ginger and turmeric tea every morning. Ginger and turmeric tea, fresh ginger and turmeric. You can get it for the low at the store. So I just buy it all the time and get a bunch. You can grab a bunch. And then I just cut a little bit up every morning in my tea. So I have a tea bag with my hot water. Sometimes I'll do lemongrass too. And then I would just cut little pieces up, and then I'll drink the tea and eat the rest of it. So I do that every morning on an empty stomach, just to help build up your immune system. So it's been helping me. I don't know why I thought about that, but it's a blessing. Sometimes I'll cut up a lime and put a little lime in there. So it's just so many fresh fruits and vegetables here that you can just do anything. You could just eat tomatoes and onions with everything. And I mean, it's fruit and vegetables everywhere. So you can just eat healthier. Not a lot of cookies, candies, and cakes. Those things cost more here. So we don't really buy them as much. That's why the locals don't eat them as much, because they cost a lot, because they're shipped and all that. So, but you can get sugar cane, and that's sweet if you want sweets. That you have to chew on it. It's sweet. So that's a form of sugar that's healthier, sugar cane. So, all right, so I think I will end this video. Thank you for tuning in, and I will do another video in the next couple of days. I'm just trying to think of what I'm going to talk about. So I want to do something different and exciting. Maybe I'll go to a different place and surprise you guys and do a live at a different spot. Sometimes I try to change up, like at the mall, at the cafe. So maybe I'll do that, just so you don't have to see this white wall behind me all the time. It's kind of boring. All right, so hit me up. And also, I've been on the continent for 2 years in July, y'all. If you would like to donate to my cause, I am working on a land and building project, not only in Tanzania, now in Zambia, y'all. Since I got my land and building project, it's not limited to Tanzania. So if you want to bless me, if you believe in what I'm doing, and if I have helped you, or if I'm sharing valuable information, first of all, like, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Like, share, and subscribe. And then donate to my cause. I got a GoFundMe account for a land and building project. It was gonna be here in Tanzania, but now it's gonna be in Zambia. It's gonna be in both places, because I'm still debating, y'all. I was just about to buy some land in Tanzania in a spot, but then the Zambia thing opened up. I was like, wait a minute, that's free land. So now I'm like, I mean, I know I got the business in Tanzania, but I'm just trying to see. I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna go back and forth. But yeah, so I still have a land and building project. I have a Cashapp. I have a PayPal, which both of them are malfunctioning on me, y'all. I don't understand what's going on. The only way I can really get money is through my GoFundMe. So if you want to donate to my GoFundMe, please. Because my PayPal, they blocked me. They shut me out, saying possible fraud, because I've been here so long. But I'm like, no fraud. It's just me. I've been like sending money. So now I'm kind of limited with PayPal. Cash App is iffy. It's like sometimes I try to log in, I can't get in. There's so much going on with these apps. So GoFundMe is the only one. Now you can do Western Union, you can do World Remit. If you want to bless me, you can also do World Remit. World Remit, you can, if you download the app, you can send money to Tanzania to my phone. You can drop money on my phone, and I'm gonna put the information down in the description box below. All the ways that you can bless me if you are interested, and if you feel like that I'm doing a good thing to help our people, which my heart's desire is to help our people come back to the continent, to repatriate, to come back home where we belong, where we're respected and we're loved and we're treated with dignity and respect, where we can get some land and we can build and have a life for us and our children and our future generations. So anyway, I'm going to let you go, and then I'll do another live soon. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your viewership. And I'm going to say shalom, and I'm going to say salama, and peace, family. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I'm trying to, let's see.